All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Monday morning. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is down to the moment of decision. It's a very volatile week, a very historic, important week, because this week, Jerome Powell himself, in the flesh, will be coming out the closet with his papers to tell us, hey, y'all, I'm going to cut the rates. I'm going to cut the rates. Is that going to have a bullish or a bearish effect on crypto? Well, we're going to talk about some scenarios that we need to be prepared for. All right? We need to talk about some scenarios that we need to be prepared for. Now, shout out to the Casper crew, taking the short trade from the Golden Pocket, setup given, setup given in advance. I let everybody know I'm short in the Golden Pocket, baby. Of course, we hit a TP1 on that trade, and now we are currently up 143% from the Fibonacci Golden Pocket. We have a lot of characters showing up these days. All right. We have a lot of characters showing up. We've got 6 Juanita, we've got 786, we've got El Punto Verde versus El Punto Rojo. All right. And I asked everybody in the chat, in the poll, what y'all thinking? Y'all think we're going to pump? Y'all think we're going to dump? And it turns out most people think bearish until Wednesday and then pump. All right. So we're going to be getting into it. Major shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. Got to give a major shout out to Preparing for War. He's prepared not only for war, but he's also prepared for the Bitcoin price action. Shout out to Secor X. Where's the Golden Pocket? The Golden Pocket is this thing right here, man. Right here. This is the Golden Pocket. All right. Shout out to Shrek's Farts. I wish God liked me. Well, God created you and he loves you. Shout out to Avi Rose. He's coming out the closet. Shout out to FitGenius618. Shout out to Splashfire Film. Shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Emerald Crypto. Shout out to Mr. Tambourine Man. Shout out to Anthony Fonseca. I'm long, but it's just a starter position, hoping to add to it. And a major shout out to my man, DG, Follow Baba, RT, and Bullish on Parade. Smash up the like as usual, guys. As we always say. What do we say? Oh, I don't have it here. If we can get 1,000 likes within the first half hour, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. All right. Now, let's pop into TradingView. Let's just pop right in. We're going to pop over to TradingView because we have some very, very interesting things formulating right here on the charts. All right. We've got some very, very interesting things formulating here on the charts. Let's take a quick look over here. Make sure to smash the likes, guys. Make sure to give this stream a big old-fashioned like. All right. Check this out, guys. Check this out. So we are on the daily time frame, and as you know, if you've been following the story, we've got the the Mexican cartel smuggling candles across the support and resistance lines. All right. And most recently, and I'd say most notably, we've been watching these two gangsters, El Punto Verde and El Punto Rojo. Right? El Punto Verde, the green dot on the daily market Cipher B, and El Punto Rojo, the red dot on market Cipher B. And of course, if you've been following the channel, we've been very successfully calling these major pivot highs and lows based on our two characters here, El Punto Verde and El Punto Rojo. Now, when we came up to $65,000 that Monday, I said, the 26th of August, if El Punto Rojo rears his ugly head, we can expect the rest of the week to be bearish. El Punto Rojo confirmed that Tuesday. The rest of the week was bearish. Then again on Monday, September 24th, we started to print a green dot on market Cipher on the daily time frame. We said, if this dot confirms, we're going to see bullishness for the rest of the week. Of course, the dot did not confirm, and we continued bearish. And then last Monday, this confirmed, and we were expecting bullish for the rest of the week, which is exactly what happened. We hit that high at the end of the week, right here, at our key area of resistance around $60,000 from the short setup that was given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. The short trade that I have taken here, the short trade that I told everybody I was taking because, well, we'll get into exactly why I've taken that short trade in a momente. But coming back to the time frame here, we are seeing something very interesting, which is this. If we look at market Cipher B, who is rearing his ugly head other than El Punto Rojo? Looking to smuggle those candles back down to the southern side of the support resistance levels. Now, if this dot confirms, it is a Monday. Historically speaking, that means the rest of the week is going to be bearish. Also, money flow coming down on the daily. Okay? Rest of the week could be bearish if El Punto Rojo, this daily candle, confirms. Alright? So, we need to keep our eyes on the red dot on market Cipher B. Now, let's not forget what has happened here as well. Right? We are trading in a sideways range. We are currently trading within a sideways range, and not only that, guys, not only that, but we did come up to a very key area of resistance recently, guys. Right? If you remember, we came up to a key area of resistance recently, which was the following. From the high to the low, we came up to none other than that $65,000 golden pocket, right? The 618 Fibonacci. This $65,000 level right here was very, very key resistance. Of course, this was also a trade setup that was given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from $65,000. And I am still currently holding that trade from $65,000. As you can see right here, currently up $17,000 in unrealized, $17,000 in realized profits. Now, think of this. When we came up to this level, the 618 Fibonacci, we got a rejection. Why is that? Well, it's because the 618 Fibonacci is a girl. Her name is 6Juanita. I had a crush on this girl, a hot blonde, as you can see from the picture. A cheerleader. Popular, right? And I thought she was into me because, well, she would let me hold her books to class and she would let me, let her cheat off my homework and tests. When I asked her on a date, she gave me a rejection. She gave me the hand, she gave me the face. She said, Jason Casper, you're such a nerd. I will never, ever be your girlfriend, ever. Ouch, man. Ouch. Ouch. This hurts. Now, why did she reject me? I'm a nice guy, right? Well, girls don't like nice guys, all right? And if you think they do, there must be something wrong with your head. She liked bad guys, like Sam Bankman-Fried, for example. Sam Bankman-Fried, right? A bad guy, living life on the edge in the Bahamas with his friends, doing drugs, doing meth, taking pills, smuggling your money, sending it over to Ukraine, giving it to the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, just trying to get on everyone's good side, right? Uneven man boobs, right? She rejected us because she loved Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, as we see his uneven man boobs on the chart, if we take a look at what happened as we came up to 618, and we asked her out on a date at $65,000, right? What was happening? As the price was getting higher into our key area of resistance, the money flow and the momentum waves were getting lower, giving us the dreaded upside-down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern. In fact, if we take the boobs and we just put them onto the chart, what do we see here? We see, okay, wow, look at that, very bearish. Wow, amazing. Now, keep in mind, from this point, and that we got the $65,000 rejection, we are thinking to ourselves, look guys, yeah, we got the rejection, yeah, but we put in a really nice low here. We put in a nice high. We're looking for a higher low and then potentially a higher high, right? Bullish scenario that we've been watching this bullish scenario for a long time, right? This is still valid. This is still a valid bullish scenario. Now, as we've been trading after the first rejection from 6Juanita, I decided, you know what? I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to read some books. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get buff. I'm going to learn how to play an instrument. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to try and ask out 6Juanita again. I'm going to try and ask her out again. The first time she rejected me because of Sam Bankman-Fried. Now Sam Bankman-Fried's in jail. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to ask her out again. So this Friday, I said, 6Juanita, will you be my girlfriend? Guess what, guys? She gave me the same hand. She gave me the same face. The rejection. Now, when we take a look at this here, I do want to point something out. Sam Bankman-Fried is in jail. But the question is, does he have conjugal rights to still see 6Juanita while he's in jail? Well, let's take a look here. Market Cipher B. Money flow and momentum getting lower as we ask 6Juanita out on a date. And once again, look at this. All right, we got the upside down man boobs here coming in. All right, So what does all this mean? Well, I'll tell you. There is a real chance here, guys, that $60,000 was a significant high on the chart. I'll tell you why. I'm not saying I 100% believe this is the top, but when we look at what has happened here, we have broken down from this macro sideways range that we've been trading since February 2024. And not only were we asking out 618 on a date, but we were also getting a rejection from the value area low of the range, right? This was very key resistance. And now we've gotten ourselves a little bit of a rejection from here. And on Market Cipher B, we are printing El Punto Rojo. So what do we need to be aware of right now? If El Punto Rojo confirms on the chart, then I would say there's actually a pretty good chance that this was a pivot high and we could look for lower prices. All right, I'm just being honest with you guys. There is a chance we could look for lower prices here. But if this does not confirm, then I think we can look for higher prices leading up until Wednesday. We need to wait 8 hours for this daily candle to close. Why? Well, think about what happened on Monday, September 2nd, 2024. There was a green dot printing. Things looked really bullish for that day, but we said, let's wait until the candle confirms before we come up with our bias for the rest of the week. The candle did not confirm with the green dot, and so we said we expect lower. So today is a very important day leading up to a very important event on Wednesday. The FOMC, Jerome Powell coming out the dang closet to give us those rate cuts, all right? Which is going to cause volatility. So here's what I'm looking at, guys, all right? We have a daily order block around 57.3. Plus, if we pull the fib from low to high, all right around here, basically, this is a zone. This is a general zone right here, guys, where I'd say if in this daily order block that we got right here, we can find support within this box, then, and we get a bounce, like something like this, and the daily candle closes back up here. It could happen, right? It could happen. We still have 8 hours. We can see a big wick and then close the candle back up. The red dot doesn't print. Then I believe this will set us up for a bullish Tuesday into Wednesday, where we can see our next major areas of resistance get hit, which is this right here. 61,156, right? 61,156 up to around, I'd say basically this box right here, right? See this 4-hour order block right around here, right around 62.2. This is going to be our next major area of resistance, where I do believe we could see the price rally to if this daily candle does not confirm the red dot, right? If we do something like this, we close up here, no red dot, we could see price pumping up to these areas, 62K or potentially higher, but we're not going to get into that now. All right? But the Casper crew knows all about our higher targets, right? We could see some bullishness really coming in as we come into Wednesday. And let me just give a warning, all right? Let me just give a warning. All right? The warning is this. We need to be watching right now Market Cipher B to be looking out for specifically the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern, the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern, all right? Because depending on what happens within the next few days, whether we do pump or dump, let's say we pump. We're coming up to these levels. Then what is the 4-hour Market Cipher B going to look like, guys? 4-hour Market Cipher B is probably going to look like Sam Bankman-Fried's upside down boots. So when everybody's getting real bullish about the rate cut and Bitcoin's pumping, we need to be watching out, because what do we know for certain? We know for certain we're never going to have a girlfriend ever. All right, we know we're incels, living in our mom's basements, all right, with no hope of love ever. And we're real angry about that too. In fact, we make YouTube videos about it too, sitting in our cars complaining about how we'll never find love. All right, and if you're into that stuff, subscribe to this channel, baby, because that's exactly what this channel's all about, baby. Now, we need to really be watching out for bearish divergences as we come up to some of these areas of resistance, guys, all right? Because I guarantee you, if the rates get cut and things start to pump, people are going to FOMO long at the top. And that's a recipe for a successful short trade, okay? And I'm just doing a word of caution because right now we can extrapolate from this Market Cipher B right here and kind of see that if we get a green dot printing here, we could very easily start to do this, right? Very easily start to get that bearish dip. Not only that, but let's say we get an extreme pump right? Let's say we get an extreme pump and we take out 65K, right? We take out 65K and we come up to our high volume node around 67, right? Think about this. We're still maintaining the bearish lower highs, right? We're literally coming into this trend line here. Market Cipher B on the daily will literally be giving us the most bearish looking divergence in the world. Money flow going from blue to purple, literally from blue to purple, as we come to a very key zone of resistance. And of course this is hypothetical, but this is the scenario where the candle does not close red today, and we rally up into Tuesday, we rally up into Wednesday, Jerome Powell starts to speak, and we keep rallying and rallying, the S&P 500's rallying, and then we come right into resistance with bearish divergences on the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and all the way down, right? We got to be real cautious and careful about these scenarios, because I guarantee people are going to get so bullish because they're going to say, oh, but look, we're breaking out of this resistance right here. Look, we had this resistance, all right? We're breaking out. Oh my goodness, it's so bullish. We're so excited. We're making higher highs. Bam! All right. Let's not forget the monthly. Bearish divergence confirmed on the monthly. Upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man breast pattern on the monthly. All right. Youch. Oof. So look, I'm not telling you guys this is going to happen. I'm just saying if it happens, be prepared. All right. All you guys out there making predictions, I'm going to long and I'm going to short because I'm bullish. All right. Enough of that nonsense. All right. If you're a trader, you're not here to make dang predictions. All right. We're here to be prepared for any scenario that happens so that we can capitalize on the dang move. All right. And that's what we do in the Casper crew. Right? On Friday, when we were ready for the pump, right? We were ready for the pump. We knew we were going to pump on Friday. All right? Just feel it in my bones. Based on Market Cipher B, we're prepared for the pump. We're prepared for the rejection, right? We're prepared for the rejection. All right? We're ready to take the short. You know, we're ready to take the dang short trade. And now we're reaping the benefits. We're reaping the benefits of being prepared. All right, so enough of this prediction nonsense. All right, if you're here to make predictions, eventually you're going to be wrong. You're going to wreck yourself. All right, but we're here to trade with good risk management, take the setups as they come, lock in a dang profit, and move on to the next trade. Now, let's talk about something else. All right, we are in a downtrend, and as I've said before, if we do continue to make lower lows here, our next major support is going to be the low 40s. Why the low 40s? Because, as you can see, we have the value area high of the entire last 4 years of price action. We have the high volume node of basically November 2023 all the way to January 2024. We have the trend line of the whole bull market. We have the Fibonacci golden pocket. Now, here's the thing. All these things intersecting into one place. We have lots of intersectionality. Shout out to all my fat, white, ambiguously gendered college students majoring in trans, non-carbon, binary emission gender studies. Now, this is a picture of me when I graduated with a degree in trans, non-carbon, binary emission gender studies. All right. My pronoun was P ? Because on the LGP spectrum, the P was pink or purple. There's a big debate. Is the hair pink or purple? So I identified as P ? Of course, after I graduated, I was in $500,000 in debt, couldn't find a job even though I went to college. Shocking, I know. But because I knew so much about intersectionality, it allowed me to actually look for those good trades where lots of things intersect. And speaking of that, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to the Jason Casper YouTube channel, the first ever trans, non-carbon, binary emission gender studies major to ever reach 200,000 subs on YouTube.
Jason Casper, let me tell you, that man is something else. A true warrior for change. He's the first ever trans, non-carbon, binary emission gender standards major to ever reach 200,000 subscribers on YouTube.
That's right. We're already at 200,000 subs, baby. Maybe we're a little bit below that, but you know, look, Obama, he's just fudging the numbers a little bit. So let's get the numbers up to the fudge. Now, we also need to discuss what is happening a little bit more locally here, right? Because let's say that we don't rally into FOMC. What if we just start to dump from here? Well, the truth is, guys, if we just start to dump from here, we need to be very, very careful, because if we lose this level, that is now bearish market structure, right? We now made a lower low, and then we could expect to take out this low. And if we're taking out this low, there are a few things that could happen. All right, if we dump into FOMC, we need to be prepared for basically a massive liquidity. My voice is cracking. Sorry, guys. You know, it's tough. It's tough when you're a major in trans non-carbon binary emission gender studies to keep the voice from cracking, okay? We need to be aware of this low, all right? Because we could just do a massive liquidity grab, everybody expecting lower, and then simply just reverse the price, all right? So I would say this. Watch how this daily candle closes. If the daily candle does not close red, I would look for a pump into FOMC. If the daily candle does close red, I would look for a dump into FOMC. And I would be looking for this area around 52.6 first, right? And then, of course, we do have to be open to the fact that we simply take out this low all the way down here. And when that comes, then we need to assess the situation, right? Because obviously there are long trades to take along the way down, but the juiciest level is those low 40s, all right? The juiciest level for sure is the low 40s, all right? Now, right now, the Bitcoin price is trying to get a little bit of a bounce right here. Why are we getting a bounce right here? Well, it's because we did have a little bit of liquidity from this area right here. We also have the high volume node of this chunk of price action right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, see, we got the high volume node right here. And so this is a pretty interesting area of support. This could hold as support, guys. Could hold as support. But if we lose that, then of course we need to be looking lower to come back down. Basically, I would say, like I said before, and I will say again, this whole zone right here, as long as we're not losing the low of 55.5, this is a zone to be looking for a bounce with bullish divergences, right? Bullish divergences. We're not looking for the upside down, uneven butt cheek pattern. We're looking for the right side up, a juicy, uneven butt cheek pattern. All right? Dolores at the diner coming out with your coffee, the uneven butt cheek, smoking the dang cigarette. She got the raspy voice. She got the Brooklyn accent. Hey, Jason, how you doing, hun? Jason, you're looking skinny, hun. Let me get you some pancakes. All right, Jason. Dolores, you think I'm skinny? I've been hitting the gym. I've been trying to get 618 to like me. What do you think, Dolores? Don't you think I'm looking... No, hun, you're looking skinny. Are you eating, hun? Let me get you some carbohydrates, Jason. All right, I'll get you some coffee. I'll put some extra sugar and cream in there for you. Get some meat on those bones, Jason. And we're coming down to support. Point of control of the range. You know, we clearly got the point of control of the range right here. Take a look at it, coming down to the point of control of the range. Dolores coming out with the butt cheeks uneven. That's where the price gets a move to the upside here. It's literally the determining factor between if you're going to be this guy over here smoking a nice cigar or this guy over here smoking a cheap cigarette, right? So that's what's happening right now in the moment. And shout out to everybody in the chat because you guys are absolutely amazing. I love all 1,400 of you guys. May God bless you all. Let's take a look locally at market Cipher B. We do have a bullish div on the 1 hour. We technically do have a bullish div printing here on the 24-minute. We have a bullish div on the... not quite yet on the 12. And so this is a place where we could get a bounce. Personally, for me, guys, I'll be honest, I am waiting for a little bit lower here. I'm going to see what happens if we can come down a little bit lower. The reason why I want to come down a little bit lower is because if we take a look here, we do have a Fibonacci golden pocket from the low that we made on Friday to the high that we... I'm sorry, was this Friday? I don't know. Whatever low day this was to the high, we've got the golden pocket just beneath us. So, yeah, we might front run here, but I think maybe I would like to wait for a little bit lower. So make sure to smash up the likes, guys. We only have 300 likes, even though we had 1,200 watchers. And, you know, if we can get 1,000 likes by the time we've been doing for about half an hour, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. And we got to give a shout out to some people in the chat. First of all, shout out to Divine Hood. Shout out to Jagadish OP. Shout out to Daryl. Shout out to Sneaks. So no long before the daily close. You can do whatever you want, Sneaks. I'm looking for longs before the daily close. I'm just saying, if we're trying to determine a long-term bias for the rest of the next 2 days, then we wait for the close, all right? But scalping, day trading, you do whatever you want, all right? Yes, the uneven butt cheeks. Yes. Yeah. Bang Orang Rufio. This is not an appropriate question for a for a family live stream, okay, my friend? Get your mind out the gutter. What's a high volume node? A high volume node is where lots of Bitcoin exchanged hands in the past. All right, when we're looking at volume on a chart, and we have these volume profile, this profile right here is showing us where did most of the volume, where did most of the trading happen, right? This is the highest volume node of going all the way back to September the 9th, 2024. All right, so that's what we're talking about, baby. Shout out to Crypto Poyo, shout out to Emotion, shout out to DG, shout out to Shauna S, shout out to Cold War 81 who says ha 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 ja ja, ja ja. Shout out to Anita, shout out to Crypto Crank and Luca. Manipulation from BlackRock, they're buying Bitcoins from retail. Luca thinks Bitcoin will pump to 100K in 6 to 12 months. Where do I write on Discord that I'm shorting? In my own personal TA channel, all right? In the Jason Casper Bitcoin TA channel. All right, where I post all my TA, all my trade setups, and all that kind of stuff. All right? That's where if you want to follow me in the VIP Discord, you got to follow my personal Bitcoin TA channel. If you want to follow the other instructors, follow their personal TA channels. And by the way, guys, if you want to join the Casper crew, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com to join the best trading community in the world, where we have not only do we have multiple instructors giving you live streams showing you what they're looking for, including myself, but we have an entire beginner's course in there. And it's a great community at jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, guys, MEXC, lowest fees. If you can KYC either a Palu ID or you don't need an ID to KYC, MEXC has the best deal on fees, period. If you hold 1,000 of their tokens, they will give you a 0.01% market order fee. Absolutely phenomenal. Also, right now, BLOFIN is, for the next few days, offering a pretty sweet deal where they're going to give you low fees, 10% cash back on everything you deposit, up to $2,000 future bonus, and a chance to win some of these prizes. Of course, there's not much time left because it ends in 3 days. So you have 3 days to get the 10% cash back and the discount on fees on BLOFIN. All right, so here we are. Let's see how this plays out, guys. We're gonna take a quick look at the order flow quick, and see that, wow, this has had a big decrease of open interest here. You could say we've got a bullish CVD divergence forming here, but I don't like the open interest coming down. Let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, same deal. Very, very decrease of open interest here. We don't really have any real shorts being absorbed yet. I think we could see a little bit more of a push down yonder, down yonder, down yonder, down yonder. Down yonder, yonder. All right. All right. All right, we got some super chats in the house. Shout out to Brock Landers. He says, hey, Jay, can you take a look at WIF and tell me where you would look for a swing short? Sure, we could take a look at WIF. Also, we got to send a major shout out to JGD, who says, hey, yo. He says, value area low of 2024 at 55.9, value area low of September at 55.6, old weekly at 54.9. So he's basically looking at that $54,000 to $55,000 level for major support. All right, let's see. Let's see if it holds. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's a lot of confluence there. Talk about intersectionality. You guys want to talk about intersectionality? Man, that's a lot of intersectionality right there. All right, let's take a look at WIF. All right, we're going to get a whiff of that intersectionality. Let's see, WIF. You're looking for a swing short on WIF? Let's check it out. All right, let me pop on WIF. Let's pop on the WIF. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Not necessary, but still from the bottom of my heart, thank you ever so much for the super chats. It means a lot. Well, this is WIF, and the only thing I can really say is we're on the weekly. All we can really do is pull some fibs. I mean, the most recent swing high to low would basically take us to, let's pull the volume here. This is on Binance. Yeah, so honestly, the juiciest level right now is if we're going to come above the high volume node, we look for a rise up to the value area high, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket, around $3, honestly. And we also have the liquidity of this last high and this little high from the week. So honestly, if I was going to look for a swing short on this, I would be looking up here, man. And how low would we go? Well, I'd say this. I would look for something like this, just based on the levels we have here, right? If we're actually going to come up here, that would be a change of market structure on the weekly, right? We got our high, our low, our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, and then we made a higher low. And so now if we make a higher high, taking out that last lower high, then we could look for a higher low at around the golden pocket. So something like this, right? Something like this, which would then allow us to honestly look for a long trade. Let's remove everything here. If that happens, you know, think about it. We got our shoulder, our head, our shoulder, and then bam, right? So that's kind of what I would be looking at on width. Of course, I don't know anything about width, you know. And if Bitcoin's going to tank down to 40,000, we can't expect these things to pump. All right, Bitcoin dominance is creeping up. All right, let's check out Bitcoin dominance right now. Hang on. Bitcoin dominance pumping up, baby, which is not good for the alts, right? That's not good for the alts. Of course, Bitcoin dominance is at resistance, but we got to think to ourselves, if Bitcoin dominance pops and Bitcoin dumps, we could expect, you know, I'm just saying we got to be careful with these altcoins, all right? That's all I'm saying, all right? I can't give financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, just an idiot on YouTube. But in general, you know, that's what we got to be aware of. All right. Bullish div on the 1 hour, 24 minute, and 12 minute, but looks weak. Yep. Juan Carlos, I am personally waiting for a bit lower here. We got 1,500 watchers. Let's smash up the likes, guys. Let's see if we can smash up those likes. Shout out to Duke. Shout out to Bernie. Reduce wick size by 0.5 inches. Stiff landing, bruv. Bernie, I always appreciate your commentary, my friend. Thank you. All right, who else we got in here? Which one would you say? Says Lane Hughes. Do you think 45 or 70 is coming first? I don't know, Lane Hughes. I do not know. Personally, I really think this daily candle will determine what is more probable. Because I think we're going to have a big move leading up to FOMC, and then FOMC is going to be the thing that causes a more longer term kind of trend. All right. Damien says, preach Christ. Sure. Man is sinful, fallen, separated from God because of our sin. But God loved us so much that he himself took on flesh to die for our sins. And he died and he rose again on the third day to show that indeed his sacrifice was sufficient to pay for our sin. And now, if we put our faith in him, he will fill us with his Holy Spirit and cause us to be born again. And we have the hope of everlasting life and a physical bodily resurrection from the dead, where we get to exist in the state that man was created to exist in. And this is called the good news, the gospel, which is the only hope for humanity. And everything else in life is completely pointless and worthless without this good news. Because we're only here for a short time. Life is but a mist that fades. And all the work and all the toil and all the hopes and all the dreams and everything we do here is completely meaningless and worthless without Christ, without the Messiah, who alone can give us our eternal purpose and true eternal fulfillment. Shout out to Pinter. Bearish on Bitcoin, says Arib. Well, here's the thing. We do need to take a look at the daily market Cipher B. Because in my opinion, if this red dot does confirm El Punto Rojo, we will see a big downturn. All right? We will see a big downturn. But if El Punto Rojo does not confirm, and so here's the deal right now, right, guys? If we get a big wick down and then reclaim and pump, which could happen, okay? It could happen within the next few hours in the afternoon. You know, it's already the afternoon. Then this red dot will go away. Then we can be a little bit more bullish, looking for 61K. If, however, this daily candle closes here and this red dot confirms, then I would expect downside for the next few days, potentially the whole week. If FOMC was not happening on Wednesday and we confirm the red dot, I would have to expect, all right, I would need to expect more downside for sure to come in. All right, yeah, El Punto Rojo, sí. Eagle says, I got the exact bottom of Bitcoin and render on this move. Nice, man. Nice. Did you take the CDW? Because the only long I see here is this one, the liquidity grab of the low that we made on Friday's low. So yeah, this could be a move. I'm personally looking for a little bit lower here. I want to come into the body of this. Did we come into the body of this? Hang on. Wait a second. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess technically we are bouncing from the body of this daily order block. So yeah, congratulations on the good long. I hope it plays out for you. I really do. I hope it does, you know? I hope it does. Because personally, I think it's nicer, sexier, juicier to actually get a pump up into Wednesday, right? Sexier, juicier, and all that kind of stuff. King Crypto says, you will know why they call it Rectember. What's the trend based on? The trend-based fib extension? The trend-based fib extension is this guy right over here. All right, you come over to Fibonacci tools. You come over to the trend-based fib extension. And basically, you're going to take it from a pivot low. You're going to drag it up to a pivot high. And then you're going to drag it down to another pivot low. And you use this to get some targets to the upside, right? Which you can see the 0.618 fib extension lines up perfectly with the 786 fib retracement. So you would say this is a key area of resistance, right? Basically just using Fibonacci to determine targets to the upside in a trend, right? So you're going to click here, drag it to here, then drag it to here, and it's going to give you targets now to the upside, assuming the trend continues. That's why it's called trend-based fib extension, because it's based on a trend. And the trend is your friend until the end. All right, the trend is your friend until the end. How far do you walk during a live stream? Italian meat? It depends on the stream, Italian meat. I mean, how long is this stream? This one's been about 40 minutes. Do I feel the wick at 47 was the bottom of this consolidation? It could be, right? It could be. So, it could be. That's all I like, look, the book. I'm sorry, I'm choking on my dang words here. Since we made that low, which, by the way, we did long in the Casper crew. I told everyone I'm long right here. All right. We longed it. This could be the bottom. This could be our high or low. And then, yeah, we could look for high. And look, if we reclaim 67K, 67K is high volume node of the range. If we reclaim $67,000, then yeah, we could actually break out. Is it probable? Right now, it's not probable that this happens. It's possible, but we need to reclaim 67K for certain. But yes, it's probable, and this is the bullish scenario that we've been trading since August 5th, right? I'm trading bullish and bearish scenarios at the same time, which is something that I highly recommend everybody learn how to do, because look, there's always a bullish and a bearish case to be made when you come to a chart. We have to weigh the bullish and the bearish factors, but we can never be certain. So what's wrong with being long from here, playing my bullish idea that this is a high or low, and also being short from here, playing a bearish idea that, yeah, this is just a rejection and a lower high in the beginning of a downtrend, right? There's nothing wrong with that, because in worst case scenario right now, worst case, what's the worst case? If you move your stop loss to your entry on these trades, what's the worst case scenario? The worst case is that you just made 10 grand. Oh no, I made 10 grand, what a horrible thing, right? The worst case scenario is literally a stop out, and then back to the range. That's the worst case scenario right now for me, right? Other than that, let's say we dump down to 40K. Wow, I'm in a $145,000 short. That's going to be up, you know, 20K or whatever, right? Or what if we pump? I'm in a $100,000 long. That's going to be up 20K or whatever, right? So either way, I'm guaranteed to make money no matter what. It doesn't matter which scenario is right. All that matters is that we're able to identify the areas where the theory is valid. This is a valid area to look for a short because we made our high, rejecting from the golden pocket. We made our low, then we make a lower high to the golden pocket. This is the place where we could look for another lower low to come in. Well, the bullish case right here is valid. Why? Because we made a low from key support. We made our high, a higher high, changing market structure on the daily, come down to key support, get a bounce. Potentially, we could see another higher high come in. And so right now, this is called a schlong trade. You're long from support, you're short from resistance, you've locked in a profit on both trades, you're guaranteed to win money no matter what happens. And so you can just sit back and relax and say, I wonder what's going to happen. Don't know, don't care. I'm trading in my underwear on a treadmill over there. You know? All right, shout out to Eagle for the super chat. He says, can you check the indicator liquidation levels V2? Yeah, we can check it out. Liquidation levels V2. Shout out to Lane Hughes in the chat, by the way. God bless you, man. Total 1 market cap. Yeah, let's take a look at total 1 market cap. Liquidation levels V2. We'll take a look at that. And then we'll take a look at Lane Hughes. There's two. There's the Ultimate Edition. I'll look at the Ultimate Edition here. All right. I don't really know how it works, man. Is this the right one? The LG. Oh, nice. I think the LG is the one you're looking at. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of liquidations, longs to be liquidated and shorts to be liquidated. You know. Yeah, 61K looks really nice actually for a move to the upside to liquidate those shorts. You know, it does. It looks nice. It looks nice, man. All right, Lane Hughes. He says, take a look at total 1 market cap. Where is total 1? This is total market cap. Is this it? Just total market cap? Or are we looking at total 1, Lane Hughes? 44K will happen soon, says RF. How do I feel about CryptoFace saying cool off period for the next year? I don't know. Like I put a lot of weight into what CryptoFace says, so it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. All right. All right, just total on daily market Cipher. Oof. You know, it looks just as bearish as Bitcoin. You know, really. I mean, it's literally the Bitcoin chart right here. It's literally the Bitcoin chart. So, yeah, total 1. It looks like it could come down to around, I mean, dare I say it, 1.5 trillion. You know, that would be our next support, 1.5 trillion. You know, if we take the fib from the low to the high, the fib level coming in right around, yeah, 1.5, 1.6. Very interesting stuff, man. Yeah, it could be, right? Look, we don't know for certain. That's why we're making plans, and we're dealing with it as it comes, you know? We're dealing with it as it comes. Let's check out order flow quick on Bitcoin. Yeah, getting a little bit of a move down yonder. But yeah, there's no traders coming in here. This is just flat, boring, nothing. We need some conviction. We need some shorts. We need something to facilitate a move right now. Something to facilitate a move. He thinks about 10% off on Bitcoin. Interesting, man. Short-term analysis? Yeah, the short-term analysis, man, is we're looking for a bounce from around this area. Right? We're looking for a bounce from basically between the golden pocket and the 786. I'd be looking for a bounce short-term from right here. And hoping that the candle closes without the red dot confirmed for more upside for the rest of the week, right? This is short-term analysis for a long, short-term analysis for a short trade. Basically looking to come up above this area where, you know, this is pretty much the potential range that we have right now, right? Our support, our resistance. We've already kind of gone over it on the stream, all right? So we're going to wait and see if we get a bounce from this white box. All right, we're coming down to it. We're coming down to it. Bitcoin dumping. We were gonna take a look. Daily dot could bring us much lower. Yep. So we gotta wait for that thing to confirm, baby. If they go with a rate cut of 75 beats per second this week, would that be more bullish for the markets? I think whatever happens this week is going to just cause volatility this week, all right? Whatever happens this week is going to cause volatility this week, all right? It will cause volatility this week, and then over the long term, I think 0.75% beats per second cut. I mean, yeah, over time, those things I do feel could lead to bullishness. So overall, like I was talking about this last night, but my bullish scenario right here is this, right? My bullish scenario is this. This week, what I would love to happen is this. We pump to somewhere between, like, let's say 62 to 67K. People get super bullish about the rate cut, and then we dump. We have a bearish October, November, December. We're testing the 40s. People get totally scared out of the market. But then, what happens, right? Well, Trump wins the election. People get stoked on the economy. And on paper, the stock market will start to pump like crazy, along with that Bitcoin. Now that interest rates are lower, maybe the Fed will start, who knows, injecting money to fix things. I don't know. And that could give us our pump that could last until the middle of 2025. All right. This is a theory based on technical and fundamental potential scenarios, right? But that's what I would hope to happen. That's really what I would hope to happen. I would hope that this FOMC gives us a catalyst to do something crazy, maybe something like this. People get totally scared, shaken out of the market. We come down to our yearly open to test the yearly open around the low 40s. Everyone's scared, and then we get our all-time high coming in, you know, beginning middle of 2025, which would line up nicely with the 4-year cycle that we've had since the beginning of Bitcoin, right? Shout out to Aaron G holding it down with the wrench. All right, shout out to Aaron G. Bigger time frames are oversold. You think so? They're starting to get. You think the USA is done if Skamala wins? I mean, you know, who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. In my opinion, the country's already gone, all right? There's no hope for it, in my opinion, unless there's a collective, grassroots, ground-up repentance of our country to turn from our sinful ways and turn back to God, all right? That's literally the only hope this country has. Trump's not going to save us. The only thing that could really save America right now is a moral people who are seeking God, and combine that with just weights and measures where our money is backed by something tangible that has intrinsic value like gold, all right? Unless we go back to a gold-backed currency, which will be very painful for 99% of Americans because we're so used to the dang welfare state, unless we go back to that gold standard, our money is either going to hyperinflate or it's going to totally just collapse and the whole system will be broken forever, right? Banks will not have money. Those are the only two choices: hyperinflation, or banks won't have money, and that's the end, right? That's the end. I don't involve myself in federal politics. My personal view is that it's all a scripted show. My personal view is that there is a Hegelian dialectic where you have a thesis and you have an antithesis, two opposing sides that are so extreme from each other, and the one side hates the other side and demonizes the other side, and people pick a side, and what the point of this is to create a synthesis, somewhere in the middle, some kind of compromise. Like, for the past few years, obviously the left has gotten so gay and retarded that people are sick of it, all right? People are sick of all the gay stuff, they're sick of all the trans, they're sick of the communist talk, they're sick of the politically correct, they're sick of the canceled crap, all right? They're sick of it. And so they're purposely now pushing people more toward the right. Now over here on the right, you got Trump, you got RFK, you got Elon Musk. These people are providing solutions to the left, all right? But the left was only there in the first place to bring you to the solutions that now the right is providing for you, so they can bring you toward the path of a technocracy, where instead of government, there's digital governance, where everything's on the blockchain, everything's AI. And yeah, it'll be good at first, but eventually, in the wrong hands, that will lead to the digital enslavement of everybody, where we will be digital serfs and digital peasants in a technocracy, right? Do your research on Elon Musk, where he comes from. Even do your research on where Trump comes from, all right? I'm just telling you, this is my view. All right, everyone can have their own views. But, think about it. Elon Musk wants to put a computer chip in your brain. RFK is now saying, look, the medical system is corrupt. We're going to reform the medical system so you can trust it again, right? The left, they made it so you don't trust the medical system. Now they're pushing you to the right, which is saying, we're going to make it so you can trust it again. Once you trust it again, then they're going to try something crazy on you, all right? I'm telling you. Unless we get the money back to gold standard, unless we repent as a nation and turn back to God, we are doomed. Because a immoral people is an easily controllable people. Straight up. Because if you are doing things like making babies without a stable marriage and home, and you're living selfishly as a man, not getting married, not settling down with one woman and starting a family, or a woman out there being a prostitute, having all these kids, guess who's going to raise those kids? The state. And guess what the state is going to teach those kids? How to be a slave to the state. All right? If we're out here trying to be greedy and hurt each other and backbite each other and shoot each other and kill each other and hate each other, guess what? That invites more government overreach to keep you people in line. But if people repent, they turn to God, we realize, look, we have accountability to a transcendent standard. We're all made in God's image. We're accountable for our actions. We have an agreed upon system of morality and ethics. Then those people are less easily governed because they don't need as much government overreach. Because if you're not always breaking into people's houses and shooting each other and killing each other and letting your kids run wild with no parents, you're not going to need as much police. You're not going to need as much government. You're not going to need as much welfare. Communities will be able to support themselves. All right? If it was scripted, why do people in charge seem so useless? Because in my view, the goal is to get rid of the people and bring in, like I said, it's not about government and people, because if you notice, everything seems completely retarded nowadays. The UN, the World Health Organization, all these organizations like the CDC and the president, they all seem like complete idiots. The purpose is that we say, okay, screw the people. Why don't we get some kind of AI thing? Why don't we get some kind of blockchain transparency thing going on in here? We trust that more than we trust people. They're trying to lead you to the direction that they want you to go. All right, shout out to our super chats in the house. Crypto Crank says, regardless of the president, we make in a mill or two. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, look, for me, stay in your lane. Keep your head down. Work hard to provide for your family, for your community. All right? My personal life was better with Biden as president than with Trump. I hate Biden's policies way more than I hate Trump's, right? Because I'm a social conservative, so Trump, his policies lean more up my alley, right? As for tax reasons, I like Trump better. But if you just keep your head down, focus on what you can actually affect. You know, you can raise your own family, you can teach your own family good morals, you can have an impact in your own community. Like-minded people getting together, saying, you know what, screw the government, let's learn how to take care of ourselves. Let's start businesses, let's make money, let's acquire resources for ourselves. Then really, it doesn't really matter who the president is. All right? I had more kids. Actually, yeah, under Biden, I had 3 kids. Isn't that crazy? I had 3 kids in 4 years? Nah, I had 2 kids under Biden, 1 kid under Trump. I've been more fruitful physically under Biden than under Trump. I made more money under Biden than under Trump. I grew more food under Biden than under Trump. All right? They want you to be distracted with all this crap instead of focusing on the things you can actually control. Yeah. All right, has the triangle broken, says somebody? All right, let's look at Bitcoin again. Let's take a look. That's why it cracks me up when people say if Kamala becomes president, then the whole country's destroyed. Like, objectively speaking, people are going to dislike this, but this is objective truth. What I'm about to tell you is not an opinion. It's true. When Trump was the president, our Bill of Rights was handed over to FEMA. People were forced to close down their businesses. Americans were put on welfare. Everybody got a stimulus check from Trump. Everybody got welfare under Trump. Everybody. Genetic medical experimentation because of Trump. These are objective realities. Trump said he was gonna drain the swamp. The COVID response team was essentially BlackRock. Trump put BlackRock in charge of the COVID response, guys. These are objective facts. I don't care if you like the guy. I like him too. When I hear him talk, I like him. I'm just looking at this from a bigger picture saying, it seems to me that no matter who is in the White House, the agenda continues to march on. All right? And then Biden steps in and just keeps on doing what Trump did. Trump literally, under Trump, the money supply doubled. One of the most important things for our country, getting our fiat currency more backed by gold and tangible assets, he doubled the money supply under his presidency, under his administration. The money supply doubled. Do you know what that does for most people? People are blaming inflation on Biden. Guys, it's both. You can't double the money supply and expect inflation not to happen. Do you see? Do you see how it works? And they want you to love Trump. They want people to love Trump. They want him to look like a savior, to come in and save us, just like they did in 2016. He was the anti-Obama. Enough of this woke. Enough of this America last. But look at the fruit of the 4 years. All right? And now the same exact process is about to happen again. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there, guys. So Shirley Sound says Trump didn't do what the Fed did. Well, if that's true, if Trump had nothing to do with it and only the Fed did, this just shows that the president does not matter at all. If Trump had no power and it was the Fed that did this, this is just further evidence that whoever's the president, it does not matter. And the only real hope we have, guys, is to repent, become a godly people once again. And our money needs to be based on just weights and measures. Right? That's a biblical principle. There has never been in the history of recorded history. A currency that goes off the gold standard, that does not hyperinflate. All right, that's what happened to the Roman currency. That's what happened to the German currency. In the Weimar Republic, it hyperinflated. The only thing that's keeping the dollar from hyperinflating is the fact that we're the world reserve currency and the petrodollar. But how long can that go on for, guys? All right? How long can that honestly go on for? How long can the game be played? Before other countries are like, enough is enough. I'm not going to use your dollar. It's backed by nothing. What are my thoughts on sunscreen? I personally don't use it, alright? If I'm going to use it, I take a little zinc oxide on the nose. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Moral of the story, buy gold. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a big proponent on gold. I mean, look, gold is up right now 100% in the last 10 years, which I know it's no Bitcoin. But here's the thing about gold versus Bitcoin. Gold, historically, maintains its purchasing power, right? Gold maintains its purchasing power. You had $1,000 worth of gold 10 years ago. You've now got $2,000 worth of gold, all right? Guess what? The $5 footlong at Subway is now $10. If you had just kept your gold, you'd be able to buy still a foot of sub from Subway instead of half a foot for double the price, right? Because gold maintains its purchasing power. But the price of a sandwich at Subway has doubled in 10 years. It hasn't. The reason why the price of a Subway sandwich has doubled in 10 years is because the money supply was doubled. You see how that works? When there's more of something, it becomes less valuable. But gold, there's a fixed supply, you have to mine it. And historically speaking, it's been money ever since recorded history. That's why I'm a big proponent of gold. Bitcoin is as close as you can get to gold in a digital form. But, you know. Shout out to Peter. He says we have a similar trading style. That's why I'm super curious. What do you think about the 5.3 theory? You know, the 5.3 theory, that's the guy from Crypto Crew University. I think that so far, it's been right every time. It really makes me think maybe we're not going to see that $100,000 Bitcoin, but, you know. But yeah, we'll have to see. I think there's a lot of validity to it so far. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of validity. Why dump? You just arrived. Why dump? Well, it's because I shorted the golden pocket. That's why we're dumping. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, the reason why we're dumping is because we did hit into the golden pocket resistance with some bearish signs, and then we just started to dump from resistance. I mean, that's why we hit into a resistance, which is this Fibonacci golden pocket. And now we're coming down to our hope of support, which is this white box right here, where we will look for a bounce. How long could Bitcoin go on this move? What do you mean? Yeah, don't eat Subway. Yeah, I don't eat Subway. Why am I thinking about Subway? I forget why. Somebody brought that up to me recently. It's like $6 6-inch sub, and I'm thinking to myself, that's literally more than double the price of when I went to high school. I was in marching band, so every single marching band competition, I would go to Subway and get myself a $5 footlong to eat for lunch. And I'm like, dang, man, that's crazy. All right, triangle broken, more dump. Let's check it out. Let's check out the 5-minute time frame here. I don't really see a triangle, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess you could consider that. Let's go to the 1 minute now. Maybe we could see it more clearly. You consider this a triangle here? I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's too sloppy for me, all right? It's too sloppy for me. Alrighty. Whales are shorting. Let's take a look at order flow quick. All right. To see if whales are shorting. You know, honestly, it looks like nobody's shorting. Looks like nobody's longing or shorting right now. Let's take a look. Nobody's longing or shorting right now. We got ourselves basically a massive decrease of OI. I will say this though. I will say this. If we do hold this support, guys, this will give us a higher term time frame bullish CVD divergence from the low that we made on September 11th to our current low, because OI is increasing. As long as we don't see OI drop below 743 million on ByBit, that could be nice for our bounce, right? Could be nice for a bounce. All right, shout out to Jordan Crypt. What's going on, bro? God bless you, man. Our market cipher divergence is on 3-minute reliable for scalps. Yeah, man. Yeah, especially if you got the money flow and the momentum at the same time, then it's super reliable, in my opinion. You know, just a guy on the internet, not really a financial advisor. But make sure, guys, to stop by the stream on Wednesday, because we're gonna do an extended stream. We're gonna check out the basically everything crazy that's gonna be happening that day with Jerome Powell. It's gonna be a fire stream. All right. Shout out to Crypto Crank. How do I feel about HPV? I mean, look, bro, you do whatever you want with your family, okay? Look, everyone should have the freedom to make their own decisions based on their own personal life. All right, medicine's a very private thing, and whatever you determine is best for you and your family is what you should do. And nobody should be able to tell you what to do. And nobody should pressure you to do anything. Nobody should ever pressure you to take a drug. What do they tell you in high school? When you're being pressured to take drugs, just say no. Just say no. Unless you want to take the drug, then you say yes. And hopefully you don't become the guy that smokes one joint and then gets addicted to heroin and dies, because that's what they teach is going to happen in high school, right? But thank you so much for the super chat. Lucky Jim Bob, I'm trying to get rid of belly fat from the last year of no gym and lots of holidays. What's the best way to get rid of belly fat? Well, I've never really taken a year off, but the best way I'd say to get rid of belly fat is to start eating healthier food. Eat the foods you know are healthy, and exercise hard, you know? I'll be honest, I don't think a person can eat a healthy diet and exercise hard and stay with excess belly fat, right? Eat whole foods, single ingredient foods, fruits, vegetables, healthily sourced meats, eggs, dairy, and single grain carbohydrates like you know, rice, if you can tolerate it, potatoes, sweet potatoes, quinoa, buckwheat, millet. If you can handle wheat and whole wheat or sourdough bread, you know, just eat that kind of stuff. And exercise hard, man. And your body kind of knows what to do with that kind of food. It's very difficult to overeat that kind of food. When you eat that kind of food, you can eat to satiety and feel full and not feel hungry, and your body composition will just change in a positive way. Like, I've noticed this in my own life. When I eat more processed foods, highly palatable foods, it's very easy to lose the definition. But when you're eating whole foods and you're first of all, you have to enjoy the whole foods, and they do taste great, right? I mean, how amazing is our eggs, right? Just eggs, chicken, seared in a pan or whatever, steak, so good. Get some sweet potatoes, some white potatoes, an apple, a banana. I mean, try and overeat that stuff. Honestly, try and overeat on that stuff. Try and overeat on steak and potatoes, fish, chicken, eggs, yogurt. You can't really overeat on that stuff. Even fruit. Try and overeat on fruit. Try and overeat on apples. I guarantee you, after you eat like 6 apples, you're going to not want to take another bite. 6 apples is 600 calories, give or take. All right. Do you know how easy it is to eat 600 calories if you're eating like potato chips? That's 4 servings of potato chips, and you know how small a serving of potato chips is, right? That's really like, could be like 30 potato chips 36 potato chips is as many calories as 5 apples, 6 apples. So like, you can eat to satiety, your body will automatically tell you to stop eating. The apple will stop tasting sweet. You know? Also, Quality Crypto says intermittent fasting. That can work well if you're counting your calories, which can be beneficial for some people to count your calories. If you're counting your calories, put yourself into a calorie deficit. Intermittent fasting can work well because if you're skipping breakfast and you're moving, you know, let's say you're typically eating 4,000 calories a day, but now you're trying to eat 3,400 calories a day. That's 600 less calories. Just skip a meal and then keep your other meals the same. It doesn't really feel like you're dieting, right? But you're cutting out 600 calories. People say no sugar. Yeah, if you're eating whole foods, you're not going to be eating sugar anyway. And I don't buy the whole Coke and Apple have the same sugar, because they don't, all right? You're drinking Coke, completely different than eating an apple, all right? 100%. Six apples a day keeps the doctor away. All right, we got ourselves another super chat in here. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Do I believe in them? Bro, like, look, my, you know, this is a very personal thing, right? Personally, for me, I don't take those types of things, or I don't take those types of things, okay? That's just me, all right? But I appreciate all the super chats, Crypto Crank. I appreciate it. Also, you know, I'm a big proponent of everybody should make their own decision. For me, I like to do things as naturally as possible, all right? I like to do it as naturally as possible. Mexican Coke, yeah, they use cane sugar instead of high fructose. Yeah, exactly. TWA. It needs to be a lifestyle and not a diet. Like, it needs to be sustainable. Whatever you decide to do to lose weight, you shouldn't have a goal of I need to lose weight and then I'm done, right? You need to have a lifestyle that you enjoy, right? A fitness regimen that you enjoy. Like, I enjoy live streaming on YouTube while I walk on the treadmill. You know? It's not like, oh, I have to go do cardio. Oh. No, I'm just going for a nice walk while I'm talking to y'all. You know? Go play with your kids. I love to jump on the trampoline with my kids. That's cardio. Right? I enjoy it. Find foods that are healthy and you enjoy. Dive into the world of spices. You know, I can make some banging grilled chicken if you get the right kinds of spices. You know what I'm saying? Crypto Pump says to make love every day. That's a good way too. I mean, honestly. Honestly, yeah, I'd say that's a good way. Sleep. Make sure you get your sleep. Make sure you're low stress. You know? High sleep, low stress. When you go into a caloric deficit, how many calorie deficit do you do? For me, yeah, I'll probably do like 500. I'm not big with the high calorie deficits. If I'm trying to get lean, I can just kind of, I just kind of go by feel. I know this sounds crazy, but I kind of go by feel. So I typically eat around 4,500 calories a day in general to maintain my weight, all right? 4,500 calories a day in general to maintain my weight. Some days I eat more, some days I eat less. You total it up for the week, it's about 4,500. Maybe a little bit more, depends on how much I walk, all right? I do track my calories like a nut because I'm neurotic like that. Right, so right now, let's see. Right now, these are my calories for the whole week so far. In general, about 4,800 calories for the week so far, averaging out, right? If I'm trying to actually like get a little bit lean, I'll shoot for less than 4,000 a day. That's what I do, all right? I like to count my calories because I'm super neurotic, guys. It's just my personality, all right? I like to know what I eat. I like to go back in time. But here's the thing. I don't set a limit. I don't restrict myself. I just eat as much as I want. Some days, 6,000 calories. Some days, 3,000 calories. But 6,000 plus 3,000, that's 9,000. Divide by 2, that's 4,500 a day on average, right? You just got to do, like, what feels good, man. All right. Potential 15-minute bull divs here at the golden pocket. Yeah, so let's check out this golden pocket, all right? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Yeah, we could get that bull div as we come a little bit lower here, which is ideal. Honestly, this is ideal. You know, we get a whole bunch of shorts opening up. We would have a bullish div. The money flow is still getting higher. As long as this 15-minute money flow is getting higher, I say that's good, right? Let's say we do something like this. That's a nice local uneven butt cheek pattern. You know, the juicy left, the skinny right. Go ahead, paste that on the chart. You know, right here. Looking good, looking pretty good. You know. How do I stay at the charts and find time to eat and manage family? You got 3 kids and trade and do online business. It's really tough, man. I'll be honest with you. It's really, really tough. I struggle with balance. It's very tough. I'm not at the charts all day, okay? I set my alerts, and that's how I do it, right? I'm usually not scalping. If I'm scalping, it's for short bursts of time, maybe a month or so, where I'm scalping every day or whatever. But yeah, in general, setting alerts is what really allows you to do more stuff, right? Like after this stream, I'm literally going to be outside on the homestead. I'm preparing the gardens for next year, right? We've harvested everything. Literally everything is harvested except like kale and all that stuff that keeps growing, but everything's harvested. All the squash, all the beans, all the melons, all the potatoes, all the beets, everything, right? And so now I'm gonna go out there, but I got my alerts set in case I get an alert and then I need to take a trade, you know, and hopefully my kids will be helping. So yeah. Yep. This could be a bottom here. I still want a little bit lower. All right, I still do want a little bit lower. What alerts do I set? I set alerts when price comes to a level I'm looking for a trade. Every single day, I know exactly what trades I'm looking for, right? So every day when I come to the charts, I make a plan. I say I would like to take this long, this short, this long, this short. I set an alert as price comes to that level. I don't care about taking a trade unless price comes to that level. And then when it comes to the level, I just look at market Cipher and I determine trade or no trade. Trade or no trade. All right, deal or no deal. Trade or no trade. You know, that's how I do it. All right, guys. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Do I ever take a trade from my phone? All the time. I'd say probably half or more of my trades I take from the phone. Because here's the thing, I've already planned for the trade. You already kind of know what the chart is looking like. I always do my analysis on a computer. All right? Always analysis on a computer. But the once you kind of know what price is doing in general, then it's pretty easy to just look at your phone and determine trade or no trade, right? Like right now, I would look at my phone. I like to keep it on the 12-minute time frame. And if we were at a level right now, I would say trade, honestly. I would long if we were at my level right now, but we're not at my level. So no trade. It's just that simple. You just make the decision. What settings do I use on Market Cipher? Just stock settings. All right? Stock settings. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. May God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow and, of course, on Wednesday for the juiciest stream of the millennium. I'll see you guys later. Peace.